Hi, my name is Marco. I'm a former opera singer turned voice actor. Today I'm going to be listening to Demise of the Ritual from Shadow of the Colossus. I distinctly remember playing Shadow of the Colossus. I've never beaten it. I got to about halfway. And at the time of its release, it was such an extraordinarily fresh take on basically gaming as a whole. I think this game is more than a game. It not only is it an experience, but it's also a work of art. And there's something so incredibly humbling about fighting these giant creatures and slaying them, and just experiencing this game as an art piece and elevating it from just being a video game. And I think it was one of the pieces to do that in the PS2 era. It's an extraordinary game, and I'm really looking forward to hearing this because I don't remember it at all. So here we go. When we hear that oboe come in, there is a sense of trepidation here encountering this Colossus, but there is also respect. And I think the oboe, when it comes in, it sounds like a mourning song. It sounds like a funeral song. And that when that oboe comes in, I think there's a sense of respect and even admiration for the Colossus, and admiring it, knowing that we have to slay and do our duty, but there is a sense of great respect, perhaps. Have you ever heard an organ in real life? Like, have you ever been to a place that has a gigantic organ, and the whole thing, you see all the pipes, and the thing just blows sound in your face, and you're sitting in a church or wherever you may have seen an organ, and it's just, it overtakes you. The sound like lifts you up off your feet and off your seat, out of your seat, basically. And for once, we hear the organ out of religious context, although we could claim that the Colossus are gods and towering over humanity. And it's nice to hear an organ that, I think in this case, it's highlighting the grandiosity and the size of this Colossus rather than having it be a religious connotation. I think that in this case, the organ, I hear and feel and see it hitting us in the face with its sound, and especially in these middle low notes, it like blows in your face. And because those are the largest pipes, which, by the way, it's the same in the vocal cords. Men have wider, fatter vocal cords, whereas women have smaller vocal cords. So it's really interesting to hear the organ like this. Again, isn't it incredible how a symphonic work like this can elicit danger and threat and beauty and grace and violence and sadness and respect all at the same time. And then it doesn't require lyrics. It doesn't require anything. We know that this last section is a quick fight. It almost feels like we've stabbed the Colossus in the back. There's a sense of I gotcha. There's a sense of finality there. It's very jarring because it flips really quickly, and we feel that tension, and then the organ then comes in again, blasting us in the face. Only that time it's like it's almost, there's a sense of regret for having slain the beast. It's beautiful how the symphonic nature of this paints a really subtle picture of something that is in the game. It's probably quite dramatic and quite serious. It's incredible how a symphony and classical instruments make this sound so tense and so somber in a really kind of subtle way. Even though we have these sharp turns, there's a sense of I find it amazing that an orchestra can pull this off, and it really, this music, it's just incredible. Classical music to me feels like it's almost like this thing that's been practiced for so many hundreds of years that something like this is very easy for an orchestra to do, or a composer to do, because there's so much history that predates the composition of this work. So it's very easy to be like, oh, well, here we'll twist and we'll shock the audience with the sharp turn of events. It sounds like a tone poem, which I've mentioned before, where a tone poem is telling a story without lyrics and without words, through the use of an orchestra and a symphony. And this feels like that to me. Beautiful piece. Really, really nice. I really should listen to more of Shadow of the Colossus. As always, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you want to request a song on the Patreon, feel free to do so, but there's never any obligation. If you want to join the Discord, I'd love to have you there, and we can chat, and you can meet some of the other folks in the Discord. It's becoming a really nice place to hang out. So, as always, thank you so much, and I will talk to you later. Bye.